What is going on, everybody? It's been a few days since the last time I was able to make a video. It's been super busy, so I decided to wake up pretty early. It's about 6:15. It's nice and cool out. Might rain a little bit, not sure. But yeah, I just wanted to get out while I still had a little bit of time to do something like this. And talk about transitions. Like behind me right over here, this used to be all corn. And corn did good. Squirrels got damn near all of it, which I'm going to take care of in my own way. But yeah, corn did great. If you recall, this box was actually my science project this year. I planted everything on 5 inches of hay and 1 inch of topsoil, and that was it. And just want to show you what it looks like after that. So it works. The soil, I mean, this is perfect compost now, so I'm happy with it. I'm actually going to try and do something similar on a larger scale, just because it's really hard to get decently priced compost where I live. Same with wood chips. Wood chips are just ridiculous. I got to buy it in you know, those bags at the big box store, because you know, it's asininely expensive otherwise. So I'm gonna try and do something different using nothing but hay. I can get enough hay and straw bales to completely mulch out an entire section, but that's for another video. This one, transitions. As I said, this used to have corn in it. Corn's gone, and I actually started planting a few different things in it. Probably can't see too well, but past the 2 lines of wood, I've got my first of my cabbages. They just started popping first week of August, so they're transitioning. They're gonna get much larger than my spring cabbages, because spring cabbage, it's growing from the cool into the heat, and it just doesn't like it. Just like most of the brassicas don't like it. So I'm actually fairly excited to get some decent sized heads out of these beds. Yeah, I've got my cabbages. I didn't plant too many. I've only got about 12, which may sound like a lot because they do take up a lot of space, about a square foot per. But it's just something that, you know, I enjoy cabbage. I do like stir fries and those kinds of things. So I want to make sure I have enough of those. Past that, I have my first set of fall beets, and they've all started to spring up. They're only going to take about 50 days, so I'm not even worried about those. And, you know, even when we do have our first frost, it's just going to make them sweeter, so I'm not too terribly worried about that. Past those, I've got, what do I have? I've got 2 rows of pak choi right along here, and then I've got a row of rutabagas. And those I literally just planted last night. Had to wait for it to get cool enough for me to come out here, because it's so terribly oppressively hot. I mean, it was only 85, which isn't terrible for southern Iowa, but it was 85 with 1,000,000% humidity, so I was dying. I left a blank spot here. This is actually where I'm going to plant some Japanese daikon radish. I tried them with little success about 2 years ago, but I've been thinking on it, and I had them in just the wrong spot. Just want to change it up. So we'll see how they go here. It's completely different style of soil. It's nice and fluffy. There's tons of nutrients packed in there, so I'm not exactly worried about that either. You may see this gate. I've dealt with this gate on my property for, well, the entire time I've been here, 7.5 years. And I've repurposed it 1,000,000 times, and now it is going to be a cucumber tunnel trellis. Cucumber trellis. I did 1 row of cucumbers right underneath. I've got a lot of cucumbers growing on my property right now, but they're all in the late stages of production. They're starting to slow down, and as a gardener, you just got to make sure you observe those kinds of things. I was getting a milk crate or more per day in cucumbers, and now it's about 4 or 5 cucumbers per box. So that's telling me that while, yes, there's still flowers, yes, they're still growing, they're not growing with the same ferociousness that they were before. So I just want to make sure I have, you know, cucumbers already set when those ones are finally passed. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm just staging it out, making sure I get the most harvest I possibly can, and I recommend, you know, everyone doing about the same. Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm particularly happy with this box. I like doing experiments. I like trying something new, because that's how you grow as a gardener or as a person. It's entertaining to me, because I know some people that I work with, and some people that you know I'm just buddies with over the years, and they never change. They always do the same thing, and like they get upset when like they have the same results. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing multiple times and thinking there's going to be a different result. Change it up. I recommend everyone trying something different. Maybe not go as crazy full scale as this. This box is huge, but I'm slightly insane, so it works out well for me. I mean, I always try and do a few different things every year. You might actually be able to see the cardboard that's all the way down there. I'm actually in the process of also increasing yield, because, you know, most of my garden is annuals. Sure, I have a couple fruit trees, but like, it's definitely an annual garden, and I'm trying to change that. Pardon the noise in the background. Yeah, I'm trying to change that. I want to make sure that my garden has plenty of perennials in it now, which is what my fall is all about now. Like, I've already ordered. I know what I'm going to have over there on that cardboard. It's going to be all my perennials. I have 7 different varieties of blueberry plants that I'll be having, and I think I have some honeyberries, which I've never tried before, but I hear that they are wildly hardy, like down to zone 2, which is fantastic. Sometimes I worry, you know, about perennials. They're just going to die in Iowa cold, because everyone doesn't think Iowa gets that cold. Yes, it does. It gets very cold very quickly. I've killed off a couple peach trees that were supposed to be hardy down to zone 4, and it just didn't happen. I'm just trying to make sure my garden is as big as it can be and produce as much as it can. I have 2 daughters. My oldest daughter, she loves fruit, and fruit is expensive. You try and get blueberries, you know, she can knock out a small 1-pound package of blueberries in 2.5 days, and that's $4.99 on average. So if I do that, you know, once a week, let's just say once a week, $4.99 average, and you get 52 weeks in a year, that's an astounding amount of money. Now, if I can harvest those out of the garden, you know, there might be one-time upfront cost, but then you're golden. Like, that's kind of how I like it. I like to make sure my garden produces, and hopefully it will. Anyway, this was mostly just about, you know, transitions. I just wanted to, you know, come out here while it was nice and cool. Not sweat too much for you. Granted, I am sweating. It's very humid. It could rain at any moment, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully, my fall goes as well as my spring and summer. I'll get a video going before too long. The state of the garden, show what's going on, show you some of the things behind the camera right now. There's actually what I'm going to be doing. It's starting what's called a food forest. And I've been thinking about doing that for a long time too, but that's for another video as well. Yeah, just make sure you guys are still gardening. I know it's August, so it's like, oh God, it's August. Everything's done. I'm here to show you that it's not done. You can still go. There's so many vegetables that you can plant that love the cold, that'll do fine in the heat of August, you know, as it waxes and wanes through September. And, you know, you can still produce a ton of vegetables, and I highly recommend everyone do that. I mean, it's good for you. Just go ahead, try it. This is Jesse. Happy gardening.